My family and I, we came to Claremont, Florida from New York City. A friend of ours invited us to the worship night in 2023. At the time, my wife had work, so she told me, you go along, you check it out. We were looking for a church to go to. And when I came to that worship night, it was everything that I could have imagined. I hurried back home. I told my wife, hey, listen, I found home. This is the place we got to be. She insisted that we started going from that Sunday. Went as a family for the first time to church on that Sunday. And it was an amazing feeling being back in church, especially with my wife and my 3 kids. January of 2024, that's when we were on the fence of moving back to New York City. Things wasn't really working out for us here in Florida. It was a struggle to find an apartment to stay in. We weren't happy, we were homesick, we missed New York City. And it was a wrestle between God and us because we wanted to go back, but there was just something that was just holding us back to stay here in Florida. I remember it was one Sunday, Pastor Justin preached a message on surrendering your plans to God. And during worship, I just felt led to surrender everything, all of my plans to God. Clear as day, I heard the Holy Spirit said to me right there and then, does that mean you're gonna surrender your plans to move back to New York City? And I let it out, I said yes. And from that moment on, everything changed. We started tithing in April of 2024. And from since then on, we've never missed an opportunity to tithe. And in 2020, we racked up so much debt through COVID. For some miraculous reason, we was able to pay off all of our debt. Seeing, all this debt being paid off, it was such an amazement, not only to myself, but to my wife, because her faith was built up as well. I had so much faith in God that, hey, listen, if I believe for something, it was gonna get done right away. And I believe that through giving, being a faithful steward of what God has given you, He opens doors for you because you start putting your trust into Him. It's incredible of what God could do when you step out in faith. Rather live on the blessing of 90% than struggle trying to figure out how to live on 100%. The same God that has done this in my life is the same God that can do the same thing in your life if you just trust Him with your finances and be obedient to that tug within your heart that's saying to you, give, give.